It's always a good day when we have sports, and there was a time during the summer we weren't sure we were going to have sports today, and it looks like one of the most loaded Christmas Day schedules that I can remember. I can remember having NFL on Christmas Day, but it's rare. Normally it's just the 5 NBA games, but today 4 college basketball, 5 NBA games, college football, NFL football. We're going to cover it all right here on our live show. We got Rod Zwacky, we got Chris Ruffalo, we got Brian Bittler, and of course we got tons of free picks here for you. And I tell you, before the show we always talk about games and some strategies and stuff, but I never asked the other guys what they're on. I just kind of blurred out like, I'm right about everything, so I don't even know what they have, to be honest with you. I kind of just acted like, well, I know everything. And, well, that's usually not good news, but we'll see what happens here on today's show. Like I said, welcome to everyone who's joining us. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. If this is your 400th time joining us, well, you've got an incredibly high tolerance level. We respect that too. But let me put the sound on for these guys. Morning.
Morning.
So we had yesterday the New Mexico Bowl played in Frisco, Texas. I think all of us had the right side and total in that game, right? I think everyone had it.
Yeah. So
we all had it, right? Under and Hawaii. Rod, I know, gave out Moneyline Hawaii. I bet Moneyline Hawaii, but I know Rod gave it out. I gave out Hawaii as a free pick yesterday, both on the show.
Chris had Moneyline Hawaii, too.
Chris did?
Yeah.
Crazy bastards. That's why they sit down there. The wall we have to put between them
comfortable down here
to separate those two. Brian, what do you got for sale for the for the good people?
It's us kind of crazy Canucks,
Fresh off my college football bowl total a year hit on Hawaii under yesterday. I have a Christmas cold hard cash 5-pack. You get my college football, you get my NBA, 2 NBA picks, a college basketball, college football, so it's all in there. 5 plays, $50. Christmas cold hard cash at pickdogs.com.
Oh, we gotta have a Christmas troll in here. Those are just not the same. Chris,
can we call him an elf today? For me, coming off that, we said Hawaii money line yesterday was a good day, but you know what? We're gonna look forward to today. Merry Christmas, everybody! For Christmas, I got my 5 wise men college hoops special. We're gonna have we'll have 4 plays from the college hoops today, as well as a bonus play from the NBA schedule. 5 plays, $39.95 over pickdogs.com sports chat plays premium. I'm loving those plays today. We're gonna put some cash in your pockets.
maybe that's what we should call our Saturday and Sunday show with Romanelli. 5 wise men.
5 wise men.
5 wise men. 5 wise men, not on James Wiseman. Rod.
Merry Christmas to everybody.
That guy's going to be
today,
a star.
For me, it normally would be Steak Friday, but our family tradition is we have prime rib, so it's Rod's Prime Rib Friday. I got 5 plays, 2 NBA, 2 college basketball, and 1 NFL. I found these to be huge opportunities for us to cash in big on Christmas Day. Jump aboard and get yourself a big feast of prime rib.
See the versatility there from Rod Zwacky? It doesn't matter. He just needs a big slab of meat. It's like, how about pot roast? Sure, I'm good.
I'm good. Yeah,
I'm good.
Pot roast is a good day too. Yeah.
Goulash? Sure. Brisket? Yes.
Yes. Definitely yes.
Burnt ends? Sure.
Sure.
Rib fest?
Who doesn't love the
No
burnt
problem.
It's like Sunday rib fest. Yes. It's a good idea. It's like, let me start the smoker.
Yeah. And then it sets the neighbors off, and the neighbors are like, "What's going on over here?"
So I've got a NBA 3-pack and a college basketball 3-pack, and that's it for today. I have free picks. I on my Pick Dogs videos, I gave out totals for the NFL and the college football game, and then for Sports Chat, I gave out a parlay of the sides in the in the NFL and the college football games, which I liked a lot more this morning than I've liked all week when I've looked at them. And I just had to keep reminding myself, late ads to my premium picks are rarely good news, you know? So it's like, I figure if I stick them out there as free picks, they'll win. But if I added them to my premiums, I don't know. I'm superstitious. Call me superstitious. Free winners for everyone on those games. Speaking about those games, Brian, we head to the Big Easy, and I think we got an easy winner here in this one. We got the Saints and the Vikings, and I don't know. These two teams have played each other in the playoffs the last 2 years, and the result has been exactly the same, and the Saints had that same revenge angle last year. I would say even worse than, well, I guess they've had it twice, right? I mean, the one where Diggs beat the corner right down on the fly pattern on the last play of the game.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was that was a great cover. I was in Vegas for that one. And then last year was just absolute domination. Kirk Cousins just, putting on the big boy pants and showing Drew Brees who was boss. Last year in New Orleans in the playoffs as a big dog. It wasn't that the the Notre Dame tight end that he only shows up for 2 games a year, but he always just clobbers someone, right? The tight end on the Vikings. He just owns the Saints. What's his name? Can't remember. He's from Notre Dame. He was first round draft.
Xavier Rhodes?
No, the tight end. Xavier Rhodes is the defensive back.
I know. Kyle Rudolph.
Kyle Rudolph. He only shows up for the Saints games. He only shows up for these games, man. And he shows up big. He's my first touchdown scorer of the day, Kyle Rudolph. I love it. All in. What do you like?
Yeah, I just looked down at my paper and I noticed I had Minnesota +7 circled, but here I think I meant the Gophers, but I actually did bet both Minnesotas today. And for me, I think the Vikings here are a no-brainer at 6.5 or 7. The big money guys are taking the Vikings. The smaller money guys are on the Saints. So for me, I'm all over this Vikings play. It's just as good as a premium, so I'm loading up.
Money line action on Vikings or points?
No, I'm just taking the points. I'm not ballsy like these other two guys.
Yeah, I'm thinking because I've tried. It's like I get so excited because it's like all of a sudden it becomes clear as day, and then it's like I try and find an angle to the money line, but I can't get there. So I was just seeing if you could get me there, Chris.
I'm going to take the over here. Saints games at home are usually high scoring, and I think we will have a bit of a battle on our hands. I think Minnesota is going to come out to play for this game, so I think we have a shootout. So give me the over.
That's wacky.
For me, I like the under in this one. Give me the under. The Saints defense is going to slow down the Vikings run. Saints 4th ranked defense. Cook's going to have a tough day running the ball. I think we're going to have a nice grinded out battle between the 20s here in this game. Take the under 51.
Rudolph is out for this game, so I'm going to have to pick a new touchdown scorer.
Yeah, I forgot to get my first touchdown score. It's pretty square, but I'm taking Dalvin Cook for $100. It says plus 650 play.
I'm going to go with Harrison Smith for the defensive touchdown.
You just have to say defensive touchdown, doesn't matter.
Oh, I get everybody? It's like fantasy football?
Yeah.
It's like fantasy football?
Yeah.
Get everybody?
Imagine if you picked the winner on a defensive touchdown individually, it'd probably pay out like I don't know, $20,000.
Well, I am. I'm doing that right now. That's what I'm doing. I'm picking the winner on the defense touchdown. It's going to be Harrison Smith. And the thing is that this is why I don't play fantasy football. It's like defensive guys get zero respect in that game. When they're the best players in the game play defense.
They have a defensive category for fantasy football. You have to start a defense.
Yeah, but you have in the defensive players. The best players in the NFL are defensive players. The best players play defense.
They just don't start your own fantasy football. With
they just don't get the credit. Well, no one want to play because they're a bunch of squares. The rah-rahs. Yay, go! Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. It's like, you think, I'll bet you that any shutdown corner in the league, like any of the shutdown corners, like Josh, the guy on the Redskins, right, who used to be on the Panthers, Put him. I bet he could throw a football better than Patrick Mahomes could cover an NFL wide receiver. I'll bet you any amount of money on that one. Those shutdown corners, man. I bet you Stephon Gilmore can throw a football way better than Tom Brady can cover that Jefferson on the Vikings. I'll bet you that. I'll bet anybody that. It's like the defensive players are far superior athletes to the offensive players. That's why shutdown corners are just any corner that can play man coverage is usually one of the highest paid guys on the whole team because he makes the entire team better, right?
Richard Sherman in his prime was a real
right. Any shutdown corner, the guy Darrelle Revis, any real shutdown corner, Patrick Peterson, any real shutdown corner that can play man coverage is worth, they always pay them the most money because what happens is you have a corner that can play man coverage, right? So what that does is instead of having to double him up, now you have an extra man who can play somewhere else. If you have two shutdown corners, like it happens, Mike Haynes and Lester Hayes were, when the Raiders had that, you can't beat them because you have so many options then defensively if you don't have to devise these coverage schemes, right? You have two guys that can cover man, so it's like it frees up three other guys. You could have an extra rusher, you could have a guy playing center field, you have a million options there. No one can move the ball on you if you have two shutdown corners. That was the Miami teams, the great Miami Hurricane teams. Two shutdown corners, man. It's like no one in college could move the ball on them. He gave 8 yards a game rushing one year. It's like two shutdown corners. Like, what are you going to do? They're 9 in the box on you. It's like you can't run, you can't throw, you can't do anything. Anyways. Harrison Smith. Rod?
Adam Thielen.
You gave the over, right? Under. I like under. I like under in the Vikings in this one. I think that the Vikings have their number. I think the Saints I can see the Saints getting to a win on a late score. Their kicker is but with Michael Thomas out, Drew Brees is not good. The Saints are not the Saints when Michael Thomas doesn't play. Drew Brees needs as many options as he can get. If the Alvin Kamara thing works, but it doesn't work as well without Michael Thomas in there because he's the only guy who can consistently catch on that entire team. And when you don't have him, you don't have the options, and I think it sets up for a really miserable day for the home team here, not having him against a team that knows they got these guys. They got their number. They've got their number. They beat them in the revenge spot. They beat them in the big games. Kirk Cousins can't win the big games. He did it against the Saints last year in New Orleans with a full stadium full of people. I don't know. Maybe I'm talking myself onto the money line. Speaking about money lines and dogs, let's head to Buffalo against Marshall. The world on Buffalo after they got stomped by Ball State last week. And, I don't know. If you can get stomped by Ball State, you can get stomped by the number 4 defense in the country. 337 yards a game that Marshall defense is allowing. I know they've looked bad their last 2 games. But once again, the world of the world is on Buffalo. And with a rising line, I never feel comfy. Brian, how about you? You like the world on one side and a rising line like that? You feel comfy there?
Yeah, you'd never catch me on that side. But as far as the total goes, Marshall's defense has played stellar all season, and yeah, they've lost the last 2 games. But even in those 2 games, the defense hasn't given up a ton of points. For me, I really like the under 54.5. Lots of people on the over, so I'm going to put $100 on the under here.
Chris?
Yeah, I was originally leaning towards Buffalo when everything first came out, but now with all that line movement, I'm on Marshall. I just think that defense is going to stifle Buffalo, and I think it's going to be a long day for the Bulls. I think the Herd win this one, and cover.
I mean, last week we saw Van Treese is his name, right? You're big on the player names. We saw him get absolutely jacked up, right, by Ball State a few times. One time the ball popped right off the turf, straight up into the air, into the arms of a Ball State cornerback who was running on a dead sprint in for a touchdown. I mean, he's facing a much tougher defense here, statistically much tougher, and from arguably a tougher conference too. I mean, they did play Rice. It's a joke, Chris. Little chuckle.
As a bombo.
All right, maybe I need some new material. People are like, you've needed new material for a long fucking time. Rod, what do you think here? Am I way off base? You can tell me. I could take it.
I like Marshall. Give me Marshall plus the points. I think that defense just shuts down Patterson here. And again, everybody thinks that's what's going to happen. Buffalo's going to bounce back and run all over Marshall. I don't think so. Give me Marshall plus the points. Yeah. I don't know if they win this outright, but give me the points. This is easily a 3-point game or less.
I could see Marshall winning this game. They've been lights out away from home too this season. Marshall defense is actually third in the country. I actually shortchanged them, and they only allow 277 a game. Love me some defense. But they look at the schedule. Western Kentucky. They beat App State 17-7. That pretty much was their season. They beat FAU, who are dead to me. UMass, Middle Tennessee, and then that 20-0 loss to Rice, and then the UAB game last week, 22-13. It's weird because both these teams lost their championship game, right? So it's like they would have played each other either way. If they both won, they play each other. If they both lose, they play each other. It was destiny.
Yeah.
Go to the NBA. 5 games today. And none of them involved the New York Knickerbockers. Miami Heat dropping now to 2.5 over the Pelicans. All the action on the Pelicans here. I'm sticking to my guns. I like the Heat here.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to go under the total. There's a lot of money on the under, but I'm still liking it's dropped from 229 to I think to 223. But I think there's still a little bit of meat left on the bones. I see about 220, 219 total here, so I'm going to go under.
Back-to-back road games here for the Pelicans, both in the state of Florida, though.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm on Miami as well. I just think this is where Miami wakes up. The shooting starts to kick in again. Those threes start to fall like they did in the bubble last year. So I'll take Miami laying the 2.5.
Rod, Miami never the obvious choice, right? Never. There's just that's not their thing. They're not like, no one was saying, "Oh man, the Heat are going to go to the NBA Finals." Right? They're going to beat the Celtics and the Bucks, and they're going to the NBA Finals. I don't think there were a lot of people saying that, except for the Heat.
Except them, yeah, they were definitely focused and knew they were going to come in there. I'm with Brian. I like the under in this game. This Pelicans is focused. They're playing defense. That's what the coach has them doing, playing D. I think this is definitely going to go under.
I like the Heat. Got the Bucks against the Warriors. This line's moved from 7 to 10.5. I'm surprised it's not at 12 by now. With all the action we're seeing on the Bucks. Brian, the Warriors looked god awful in Game 1. The Bucks, that lob into the freak. I mean, already, right? It was like mid-season NBA classic, that finish to that game. And I mean, Jason Tatum in that game, man, he just.
I didn't see the foul in that play. I don't know how they called the foul. I don't know. I was kind of irritated that he even had a chance to tie it, but got the win. He missed a free throw. But
that's why he makes the big bucks.
Did you see a foul on that last play? I mean, they jumped up in the air and
No,
hit the ball.
wasn't he like above the hoop when he missed the shot from above the hoop? Is what happened.
I guess they called the body foul. I don't know what the hell.
There was
it was called.
0.4 seconds left. Is that enough time to commit a body foul? I don't even.
They didn't even have any time come off the clock.
0.
Anyway,
you know what they say though? The ball never lies. You know when they shoot the free throws on something like that, the ball never lies.
Because I figured if it went to overtime, the Bucks would end up beating the Celtics and I would lose. But
No, we weren't going to lose that game.
anyway, we're talking about Warriors and Bucks, and I'm going to take the over here. Warriors don't play much defense. I think the Bucks are going to come out shooting. So give me the over 230.5. I think it goes over.
I thought you were going to do like a $50 on the Bucks.
No, I just can't do it.
Chris?
I'm going to put money on the Bucks. I like the Bucks laying here 10.5, whatever it is. The Warriors just aren't the Warriors right now until they get Draymond Green back and until they start playing better. I can't put any money on them, especially against a team like Milwaukee, who is probably going to be a little bit ticked off with the way how things ended the other night. So I'll lay the points in Milwaukee.
Does it look like to you guys like Chris is just ready to like take about 3 steps backwards and do right into that bed there? it's like we'll be going through like the third college game. Chris will be like tucked in. It's like
They'll grab his guitar and play his song.
Dun, 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 dun. Rod,
If you look behind me, there's no floodlight on the bed.
I was just gonna say, at least the light's not on the bed.
Shut up.
Yeah, the Warriors are bad. For me, I'm taking the Bucks too. Give me $60 on the Bucks. Till we see something from this Warriors team, which I don't think we're gonna see a lot of this year. I think they're in trouble. Give me the Bucks here.
Yeah, I'm with you. We got the Celtics against the Brooklyn Nets. Celtics +3, opened at +1, now +3. They were dogs in their first game at home too. Meanwhile, a lot of people had faith in the Warriors, who lost by 40 a game last year against the Nets, but against the Celtics in Boston, where they were like the last of the undefeated at home last year teams. No problem. We'll just pound the crap out of them at the window. I never will understand the thought process of the betting public. It's like, the more I hear people's thought process and the more I see it, the less I understand it. The less I understand it. That Rams money line in your parlay, against the Jets. It's like, I could maybe be convinced that the Heat money line is worth a side play in addition to a points play here. But me, it's like I'm more likely to push that thing back to the 4.5, and get the extra payout. But it's like I could see, doing the +4.5 or the -4.5 and then doing a money line on the Heat because it's under 3 points there. So I could probably get it at -140 range or less. So I could talk myself into that -135, -140, there. I could see myself doing that and then going for the plus money on the Heat, laying additional points to the 2.5. Like that I can see myself doing. But, money lining the Rams, I've even seen Iowa money line today. It's like, what is that? Why bother? Anyways, this is one I just don't even understand, the betting activity. Is it because they pulverized the Warriors? Is that what it is? I mean, everyone did last year. Everyone did. Look at their, they drafted second. They went from the NBA Finals to drafting second.
Well, the betting public is fickle, and they're in love with with the Brooklyn Nets. For me, this is the best free pick I'm probably giving out today. Take the Boston Celtics, hit them hard, take the points. They came up big against the Bucks. There's no reason to think they're not going to come up big against the Nets. They're tough at home. Huge value. Take Boston.
Yeah, I'm going to take the over here. These two teams, they were playing high-scoring games last year, and that was without Kevin Durant in the lineup and without Kyrie in there for most of it as well. And I think we see some more of that here. I like the over in the spot in another high scoring game on Christmas.
We were talking about the weather in Hawaii before the show. It's freezing here today. 66 degrees. It is cold. Our 66 is a lot colder than everyone else's, even though it's measured on the same thermometer. It'll be 80 by 9
I'll take
o'clock.
66 any day.
Rod, what do you got?
66. I wish.
And Rod is like negative 30.
Be lucky when it's 20 today at the most.
It's like I can't even get 66 on my thermostat.
Yeah. For me, I agree with Chris. I like the over in this game. These teams aren't going to play defense. It's going to be. I think this is going to be the highest scoring game in the NBA today. Give me the over, 229.5.
So here's something that we get all the time, where Peter picked on the website. I'm guessing that you're saying that Peter picked the Nets, and I'm picking the other side. Well, I'm not Peter. We're two different people, and we don't like sit around and discuss the free picks that are going to go out on the site. Matter of fact, I haven't talked to Peter since probably right before the bubble games. It was the last time I probably talked to him. So, we don't discuss. It clearly says on the website. I'm hoping I can get there from here. Let me just see if I can. Yep, I can. And it clearly says, I'll show you. Let's do this. Just to emphasize exactly how this works. Here's the pick that he's referring to. And if you see right here, it says right below, it's Randy has it, actually. It says, the pick in this article is the opinion of the writer, not Sports Chat Place consensus. Or if you go to Pick Dogs, that's probably Peter's. That's probably where Peter wrote the article. And go here and see something. There it is. You can see right here, he used the same picture. Peter's pick. This pick in this article is the opinion of the writer, not a Pick Dog site consensus. I'm not sure. Should we make it bigger? Because I do get this one all the time. I don't know. Is that not good enough? You guys let me know. Because I put that there. We used to not have it because I got the question all the time. And I added it for you guys. So if it's not good enough for you guys, and you guys don't see that, and I need to make it bigger or a different color, or I don't know what we could do. We could have it flashing. I'm not sure. We could have whatever you guys want there to make that clear. But we don't sit around and have a consensus between us. Matter of fact, we rarely do. So there's not a betting consensus. It's that's Peter's pick and Randy's pick. Where you should go is if you want our best bets, where you should go is to the premium area. That's where I put the picks that I'm actually betting today, the ones I like the best. We give an opinion on every single game on the board. It's the same thing on this show. We give an opinion on almost every game on the board, right? When we go around the horn and we kind of say, if the guys have a premium pick, they might be ducking a little and saying, I like the total on this one, right? So they might have a premium pick on the side. And they're we don't want to turn the show into an infomercial where every time they have a premium pick, it's, I got a premium pick on the side on this one. Because we've seen that before. That was a different show with Brian's friend, Bet the Number guy, who was on one of the people that was on that show. And they used to do that all the time. It was just ridiculous.
Yeah, if you hear me give out a total, most of the time it's because I have the side. I hate totals. But I hit my total yesterday, so I like totals today.
Okie pokey. Lakers against the Mavericks. So I didn't give out. I was going to give a premium pick in this game, and I didn't. And that's why I gave the total in the video. And I do love my total pick on this game, by the way. I love it. It was what I should have given as a premium. Love the total. This would have been my NBA total of the Christmas, right? Of the whole day, the the whole turducken. You know, this would have been the whole thing. A little surprised Zawacki doesn't have a turducken on the side, like the turducken appetizer. It's like
The little skews.
it's like
my piece of meat, the piece of prime rib is too big to get anything else in the oven with it. So yeah, it's kind of full up.
I think I tell this story every year. It's like I used to go to my friend Ralph's house in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn for like Christmas and Thanksgiving and stuff. And they always brought out the first time I ever went there, they bring out this huge lasagna. And there's all this other food and everything. And it's like, oh man, I'm so stuffed, right? And then they bring out the bird, you know, and everything. It was like, oh no. He's like, Chris has been there.
Been there. Been there. Done that.
You ever have the guest
Twice.
that like never sees it coming?
Oh yeah. We make sure to bring.
Like the
we
first
make
time,
sure to bring someone new.
the first time guest that
We
like
make
gets
sure to
totally
bring someone new
blindsided.
every year.
It's like,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
We bring out the 2 bowls of pasta and then like the big charcuterie thing in the middle, and they eat and they're like, "Oh my god, that was so good." I'm like, "That's only the main course. That's number 1."
Yeah.
How many are there? 6.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. This could go on all night,
Yeah.
and it usually does. It's like you got.
That's
the
why you
little-
bring your stretchy pants to our Christmas.
Yep, you got the little amaretto and the coffee going, and
The cookie platter.
oh yeah, know it well. All right, the squarest team in basketball, the Lakers here against the Mavericks. This line has actually gone from 7 to 6, but now 6.5. So the book's kind of taking some action back here.
Well, today the squarest team on the board is the Nets, but the Lakers are coming right. They're not too far behind. I'm not as.
Well, no, I
in
meant
love
in
with this
general.
game.
I mean, if I want to
general,
make a blanket
in general,
statement,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah, in general, yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
blanket statement.
I'm leaning towards the Dallas Mavericks today, plus the points. I just think that the Mavs are a scrappy bunch, and they're gonna. They lost their first game. I think they keep this one tight. I'll take the points in Dallas. I'm not in love with it, but it's enough to make me wager $100 on them.
Yeah, I can make an argument here either way, you know, and that's what bothers me. It's kind of like I can make that argument. I was like before I was really like when I was doing the videos I was really strong on the Mavericks, and then I was kind of like the more I got into it I was kind of like, eh.
If the Lakers would have beat the Clippers, I'd feel differently about
Yeah,
this
because
game.
I could see it being a low scoring game, and then it comes down to the last couple minutes, and it's like the free throw game, and the guy they always foul is LeBron, and he always hits them. When I bet against him, he always hits. I bet it for him, he misses. But I've won plenty betting against the Lakers, plenty. I have my NBA championship from last year to prove it. That's my bet. Chris?
My humble brag.
Hey, I don't say it often.
I know.
I said it in the context. I said it in the context of fading the Lakers. That was
You
the
need
con-
to you need to produce your Pick Dogs trophy. It says NBA champion on it.
I have it. It's on my handicapper page. It's called my record.
Hey.
Thumbs up. Hit yourself a little thumbs up, Fonzie. Remember, hit the thumbs up. I look just like this. Which one is Mitch? Is it the thumb or him?
I'm gonna tail onto the drive-through pick from yesterday. I'm gonna take the under in this game. I think this is a low-scoring game, much lower than the line would indicate, and I think we're gonna be lucky to hit 200 in this game, maybe 205 at the most. So give me the under.
Chris, did you smash the like button already?
Smashed it twice. Almost broke my keyboard.
Everyone out there, be sure to smash the like button. Cost you nothing, helps us a ton. We have so far 175 likes and 831 people watching. 1,153 people have watched this show. We've got 175 likes.
Now we get some mom likes too.
Really?
Mom likes.
Tell your mom. I mean, you guys' family day. Your mom's there. Great radio show.
For me in this one, I think 6.5 is too many. I'm going to take Dallas here. In what I see is a 2 3-point game at the most. I think that's going to come right down to last second bucket wins this game. So I'll take Dallas and the points here.
I like Dallas in the points, but it's more of a lean now. I really like the under. I just think these teams have played, pretty often, and it always goes under. I mean, it always goes under. So it's like, why would this be any different? It's like the Mavs can't afford for Luka to get hurt because, Porzingis is always out. So it's like they never play together. So what are they going to do? They're not going to run up and down the court, and LeBron's on a gimpy ankle, so the Lakers aren't going to be pushing the ball. And they need Anthony Davis to be around for the whole season. They're not going to make him run the court, It's like, this is going to be a slow-paced game, man. This is going to be like 108, 102, type game. Just throwing out some numbers. Got to bet.
I think even lower than that. I'm gonna say like 104, 101.
I think it's gonna be 103, 100. How about that?
See, I wrote that. Lakers under.
It's like, how low can you go? It's like Harrison Smith first touchdown. That's how low. Who'd you pick for first touchdown, Brian?
I had a square Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin
plus
Cook.
650.
Go with Dalvin. Come on.
He went to Wendy's before he came on the show.
But it's plus 650, so if that's square,
That's not
I'll
bad.
take it.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
That's actually good value there. I might put a
I just see the Vikings, if they get down there, they're going to be handing the ball off. So,
or they could do what Florida Atlantic did, which is, I still can't figure out what they were doing down there. They run a stretch pass play, and then it's like, what are you doing? It's like, you got a perfectly good running back here. The guy's like chomping at the bit for the ball. It's like, let's run our slow-ass quarterback. How about that? Not even that.
Yeah, when I saw that guy stumble and fall down, I knew I was dead.
Yeah, dead. Just dead. And as soon as I saw the misdirection there on fourth down, it was just like, I knew he was going to get blown up in the backfield. It's like, why would you do that? Oh, so how about your guy Toon last night, Chris? I mean, he gets just clobbered, and then they put in the coach's son. It's like, all right, let's put in the coach's son. It's like, that was.
But Dad, I don't want to go in. I wasn't ready.
That game was a.
Don't care.
Hawaii just always plays big in those bowl games. They just always do.
Yeah.
Always play big in the bowl game. Yeah, that game had it was actually not a bad bowl game, There's going to be some really horrible ones coming up, but that one really wasn't bad.
It's not the worst bowl game we've seen so far.
Well, thankfully that South Carolina game got canceled. There was like, no way am I sitting through that crap. It's like, no way. South Carolina was like, we don't even want to sit through this crap. It was like, this game's so bad, we don't even want to sit through it, It's like, we got 2 wins all season. It's like one was Vandy. It's like he announces to the players, yeah, we're going to this bowl game. It's like, did you see the Georgia game? It's like Denver against the Clippers. Nuggets +3 against the Clippers. The Nuggets did not look good in their first game back against the Kings. The Clippers, of course, beat the Lakers, and you beat the Lakers, well, the public's going to say, I love you.
No, this is a perfect setup for me. I like this almost as much as I like the Celtics today. I love the Nuggets at home. Clippers a little letdown after playing the Lakers, their arch rival. Denver needs to make statements at home. So I'll take the points, take the Nuggets. I think they went outright, so I'll play the money line and the points.
Chris, what's your dipping sauce for your Nuggets?
Oh. For nuggets?
Yeah, like last meal.
Honey
Like,
mustard.
what's your dipping sauce?
Honey mustard.
Honey mustard. Who do you
Honey
like
mustard and garlic ranch for me.
No, you only get one. It's last meal.
I can't choose one. That's like asking you can't choose one. You gotta have options. I like my women like I like my dipping sauces.
I like barbecue. Blue hose?
No blue cheese. No.
He said blue
Blue cheese
hose.
for my chicken
I know what
wings.
he said. I was just ignoring it.
Chris, who do you like in this one? Nuggets or Clippers? Stop salivating.
I like the under.
Give us your pick.
I like the under. I just think this is going to be a war. I think the Clippers are going to be out to show that they can play defense as opposed to what we saw to finish out that series last year. And I think Denver's not going to want to give up too much either. So I'll take the under in this spot.
Yeah, I'm with you. Give me the under. I think we got a defensive battle on our hand in this one. Give me the under.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Clippers. I like the over. Clippers just play no defense. I mean, it's like they play defense a little bit against the Lakers for like a 5-minute stretch, so that they're good for like the next month. You know, I could see this one looking like an under and just like an offensive explosion in the last 5 minutes. I don't think Denver's going to take that loss lying down to the Kings either. No way.
Yeah, I think they just took the Kings for granted in that one.
I think they took them light, and I think they were looking ahead to this one, and I think that the Clippers. We know the Clippers, right? It's a better.
The Kings and Suns are going to be tough.
It's like they said in that Onion video. He went to a better world. A world with no Clippers. Michigan State against Wisconsin. Line moved from +1.5 to -2 for Sparty. I love Michigan State here. I didn't give it out as a premium, but I'll give you a free premium right now. I love Michigan State. They're going to pound them, pulverize them. It's going to be like one of those mortar and pestle cocktails. Mojito them. Brian?
Yeah, I'm going to give you a premium as well. Wolverines. Wisconsin Badgers are going to pulverize the Spartans. They're just going to eat them up and spit them out again. It's not even going to be close.
How many road games have they won in the last 3 years?
This is. I think the Big Ten.
All right, I'm checking.
Big Ten's been covering some road games.
They have been
year
covering
so
road
far.
games this year.
I mean, we might be seeing a changing of the trend.
Coming off of a loss to Northwestern, I'm sure Michigan State wasn't inspired, and I'm sure those were some easy practices that they just went through.
Wisconsin lost to Marquette, but other than that, I mean, that was an in-state rival game. It happens.
Right, no, it happens. And it was a tip-in at the end.
There's no excuse to lose to Northwestern if you're Michigan State.
They beat nobody else.
And there's just so many people on the Michigan State, and the line is moving accordingly. But to me, I'd
3.5 points. 3.5 points straight through zero.
So, me personally, I bet it on the money line. But if you can get points, take them.
Yeah, I'm still laying points. I bet it twice already this game.
Me and Mitch will be texting about this game later.
Well, I'll be on the golf course, so I won't be texting.
I'll still be texting.
I'll be on the golf course. My wife's actually coming to play golf with me. She doesn't play golf, but she'll drive around in the cart. My wife is always like, when I've had her play 9, I've had her come and drive around for 9 holes before. She's always like, they should do 6 holes.
Yeah, that's how it is with me and Kevin Thomas. By the time we get to the 9th hole, he's done. He's ready to pack it in for the day. So.
It's like lots of pictures. There'll be lots of pictures today. Lots of pictures. Our course is beautiful. There's no doubt about it.
Are you the only guys out there on Christmas Day?
I doubt it. But I have the first time. I go out first. Mitch is first. Purdue against Maryland. I like Maryland.
I'm taking Maryland too. I just think there's too many points to give to a good Terps team that needs the resume win on the road. So I'll take Maryland plus the points. Purdue's not that good.
I'm not impressed with Purdue. 3-5-1 against the number doesn't get it done in my book. I'm not laying half a dozen with this team. Chris?
Well, for the first game, I like under in the Michigan State.
We never got to you guys
game.
on that one? All right.
No, I'm just skipping people.
Yeah, it's Christmas. That's what I do.
Yeah, we're trying to get through the show fast to get to opening presents. I like the under in the Michigan State game, and I like the under in this game, the Purdue game as well. I like.
What the hell's
It's
phone
gonna be a low
doing?
scoring game. I don't know. It's not even my phone.
There's a phone in
Not
there.
bad. Oh no, you know what it is? She has her wireless speaker in here. She left it in here. It's hooked up to her phone. Yeah, I like the under in Purdue, Maryland. I think it's a low scoring game here as well.
Well, for me in the first one, Wisconsin and Michigan State here. For me, I'm gonna take the over in that one. I think it just sneaks over the number. And Maryland and Purdue, give me Maryland plus the points. That's too many. Way too many points in what's easily a 2-3 point game at most. Give me Maryland plus the points.
Got Nebraska, Michigan, and Minnesota, Iowa. Brian?
I sound like a broken record here, but I'm taking the dog in both ones. I like the Minnesota more than the Nebraska. But I think in Nebraska game, Michigan on the road laying 8, 7.5, 7. That's just too many. I see them winning by 4 or 5 here. And then the better play, the 2, Minnesota at home. I could easily see them knocking off Iowa. But I'm going to take the points for safety. Take the Gophers.
Nebraska's
I'm gonna
4-2
take the
straight up
over.
at home. I mean, they're not good. They're not good. They're not good.
Nebraska's not good. That's the
They're
least
not.
out of all the games today in college basketball. That's the game I like the least is Nebraska.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm going to take the over in the Michigan-Nebraska game. I think Nebraska's step-up spots this year. They've given up 85, 90 points in each of them, and I think they can score their fair share as well, but I think this is an over all the way. And I like Iowa here. That's the pick I gave out on the drive-thru. I'm sticking with it. I think Iowa wins this one by double digits easily. So give me Iowa.
Rod?
For me, give me Michigan here. I think they're just the better team. They win this by 10 or more. Give me Michigan. And Iowa, Minnesota, I like the over. Both these teams are going to score. I don't see a whole lot of defense being played in that one. Give me the over.
I got 320 on my Hawaii money line bet that I bet. I put 25.
I got 322.
I put 2,500. It paid like $8,000.
Nice. I don't have that kind of money in the bank to be fighting with, but
You gotta find your lousy cappers out there. There's a shitload of them. Okay, just think about what they have. If you don't know what they have, ask Brian because he can tell you. Right? Like the Iceman, he had Lakers money line. You know that. So
He probably has Lakers money line again.
yeah, so he probably has Lakers money line again today. And he probably has Nets money line, right?
No,
So-
actually, Lakers is too high. That's a minus 350 probably.
No, he has Nets money.
Clippers money line is probably what.
No,
he's
Nets.
at. Nets, yeah, it could be. That's minus 155 or 150 or so.
Yeah, that. You just find those guys and you just religiously bet against them. You could start. I did it on this show on a Vegas trip. I started with $150 and we turned it into like 30. Okay, on one Vegas trip, I had like this stack of hundreds. It was like we put 150 on Iowa on the money line against Ohio State. They were 20.5 point dogs. It was the first bet was 150 on Iowa money line.
I bet you if you put an even bet on the money line of Boston and the Nuggets, you could at least pull a profit.
Well, we had a few massive bets on that. So we started there, and then we went to so that paid like 1,800. That 150 turned it into 1,800. We bet it all on Miami. They were a home dog against Virginia Tech that night. We bet it all on that. So we were already at like 6 or 7, and then. Like the next week, Miami was an underdog again at home to Notre Dame, and they beat them by like 60. We were all in wherever we were at that point again on that game on the money line. We hit that, and then the next day, the Texans had the audacity to wheel Brock Osweiler out against a Patriots team that was going to the Super Bowl.
You taking the
I was
Hurricanes on the money
oh
line?
my God, I was chomping at the bit. I was salivating. And that's how fast 150 becomes 30K.
Hurricane money line over Oklahoma State.
In this one, they just haven't been a great bowl team in recent years. But I don't know.
Yeah, their rear ends might be hurting after that Carolina game.
I don't like the Oklahoma State quarterback situation, and I think that the deal with Oklahoma State is that quarterback's got to be able to run to be effective, and I don't know if his speed is going to look as fast against Miami. That's for sure. He's not going to look nearly as fast as he does against everybody else. I could see Miami beating Oklahoma State. I could see it happen. But yeah, I like double overs in this game, in these two late ones too. I could see both these games going 160s. Well, the second one I could see going 180s. The first one I could see 160s. Well over. Anyways, Chris, you got a little parlay for Friday?
Yeah, I do.
Little bird cage.
Yeah, I do. I got the
Taking a
under
pass.
in the Michigan.
That was yesterday's. Chris comes on. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna take a pass," and I have to extend all the packages like a day. Yeah, thanks, Chris. I just lost about $9,000. It's like, thank you. It's like,
and then he gave a pick out anyway.
Yeah, and then he gives a pick anyway. It's like, thanks. It's like, let's stick it to Mitch for about $9,000 in free picks that he gives out now. Thanks. Way to discuss it beforehand.
I'll just see myself out now.
You still got a week left on that free consensus report with any 3-day or longer package. Take advantage of it.
This is the time of year to get a 30-day pass because you're getting tons.
I'll tell you the people that got the deal, and there's a lot of them that bought the yearlies. Those are the people that got the serious deal because they got the yearly package, ends up being like $100 a month, right? And then on top of that, they got a year consensus report.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like
that's something I look
the
at
deal,
every
man.
single day. I look
that
at the consensus.
That is the deal. It's like, and I'm not being a salesman or anything like that. If you don't, I mean, I understand it's a lot of money, so not everyone has got $1,300 lying around, but it ends up being $3 a day. So like today I have 6 picks, so that's 50 cents a pick. And it's like, plus on top of that, you get the consensus report, on top of it. And a day like today where there's only 11 games, there's probably every game hits the consensus report.
Well, if you're a disciplined guy and you charge it to your credit card, you go in there, you make payments with your profit, and then it's paid off in a few weeks or 1 week or 1 day or whatever, and then you go from there. It's all plus money.
Ah, frick, man, just buy the Iceman's solo best bet of the day and just bet 1,300 against. That's what I would do.
That's true.
Auto fade. Speaking of fade,
I like the under in the Michigan State-Wisconsin game, the Bucks minus 10.5, and the under in the Clippers and Denver game.
say it again.
Under in Michigan State-Wisconsin, the Milwaukee Bucks minus the 10.5, and under in the LA Clippers and Denver Nuggets.
Rod?
Me, I'm going to take Michigan minus the points. They win by 10. Take the Iowa-Minnesota game over, and take Maryland plus the points. I'll lay those 3 out.
Brian?
Wisconsin Badgers money line, Nuggets money line, Celtics money line, 3-game parlay for 100.
I like the Mavericks plus the points. I'll go with the Heat and the Vikings. And I'll throw in Marshall as well, 14 parlay. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining us for our holiday edition. Remember to hit the thumbs up button. Cost you nothing, helps us a ton. Kind of keeps everything free, at least for the most part.
Turn on your notification bells.
We have 968 people watching. We have 349 likes. 1,735 people have tuned into the show at one point or another today. So we have less than, what is it? What is that math, Chris? It's more than 10%. But
15%.
15%. That's like way worse than my score on like a history test. You know, which is at least 50% sometimes. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining us. Have a great holiday. I'll be on at halftime for that Saints Vikings thriller, and we'll be doing a halftime show in the snow here from Hawaii. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Of course, we'll try and act more professional tomorrow.